Hey, Grant Cardone here, and welcome to the Cardone Zone. I want to come to you today to talk to you about real estate, how to invest in real estate. I would do this for you every week. Are you buying a house? You're buying a condo? You're buying a duplex, a fourplex? You're buying, you're selling, you're refinancing? I'm here for you to help you. I have played a lot of real estate in my 35 years. I started my first deal with, I don't know, $3,500. Today we own almost $2 billion worth of real estate. Just made $6.3 million worth of distributions despite the lockdown, America being locked down. Today I want to talk to you about the cost of buying a house. One of the most, what is the word, Johnny? One of the most asked about questions I get is, hey, why do you say it's better to rent than it is to own when owning a house costs less than renting, okay? I'd love to know what you think. Please comment below, or you can call in 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. I'm going to show you today the true cost, the real cost of buying a house. Clearly, most people don't know it. It is cheaper to rent than it is to buy, even if the rent, got a little blip blip. Even when the rent is more than buying the house. Please tell me why I'm wrong on this, folks. Now, that being said, last year I was telling you, avoid buying a house. If you had a house, sell it. Right now, there are going to be, because of what's going to happen here towards the end of the year, when the unemployment benefits run off, the $600 goes away, when we find out the true issue with the unemployment in this country, how many people get hired back, we are going to see some opportunities to buy homes in this country where you could live there, possibly make the deal of your life. I have made some unbelievable deals at houses, made a lot of money on them, but you need to know the real cost of buying that house. And would you be better served? Lebron just bought a $52 million house in LA.
Dang.
Did you see it, Johnny?
I haven't.
Oh my God, that thing is sick, okay? Now, there ain't no way LeBron's gonna make money on that house. I just want you guys to understand that.
Let's take a look.
Okay, you can see it on mine, John?
Yes, sir.
Lebrons New House in LA. Yeah, big mansion, Big Mac Daddy, okay? Ain't nothing like buying a big house. I've had some big homes. Okay, look at that beast.
God dang.
Johnny, I love the Johnny voice, man.
Oh, thank you.
That thing is smoking. That's Johnny the camera guy, by the way. You can follow him on Instagram. He needs some followers bad. He's a cool dude.
At Johnny the camera guy.
At Johnny the camera guy. This is a beast of a house. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And you look, I would tell you guys to hold off on buying that house until you got some assets. Put some ET on your ass. That's what LeBron did, by the way. LeBron could not play basketball again and still pay for that house because of his deals. He's got enough deals coming in now. He's rich. That's when you guys should be buying houses. You should be buying a house when the cost of buying the house don't matter anymore. So let's discuss the real cost of buying a house today. What goes with the cost of buying a house? Well, there's the price, okay? Let's say it was $250,000 to buy that house. See, what happens is people say, oh my God, that's a good deal because that house was $300,000 last year. I can buy it $50,000 under. I got neighbors on both sides of me that's $400,000. But you haven't been honest with yourself if you say, hey, the cost of that house is $250,000. Because of the cost of that house is you got to keep it up, okay? I got the price of the house, $250,000. If you're in Houston, Texas, the price of that house could be maybe $151,000. Let me see the average price of a house in Houston. It's going to be a lot less. Go to LA, it's going to be more. Let me just see here. I did some of this. Chicago, $249,000 for a house. Boston, $585,000. Bang! LA, average cost $717,000. We'll do all these. Let me know where you are. Where are you today? What part of the country are you in? And I could actually do an analysis for you to find out whether it would be better for you to buy a house or rent where you live and go buy a fourplex that you rent out to other people, and the money you collect from the fourplex would pay for where you rent. And it wouldn't matter how much you pay in rent. Because there is one major benefit of renting. I can leave.
Whenever you want.
Dude, once you sign that 30-year, it's hard to get out of that dog, okay? I'm going to show you why. Because when I start building up the closing costs, the reserves, the PMI, the taxes, the insurance, the utilities, and the maintenance, you're going to find out most of you don't ever make money on a house. Most of the number, oh, I made $70,000 on a house. Yeah, you didn't count any of that stuff. Some people don't even count their payments. Okay, so we're going to go over all that today. Houston, Texas, average price in Houston, Texas is $191. Aventura, right here where I live, is $336 for a house. But let's take this $250. On top of the $250, I got closing costs. Closing costs on a normal house deal is going to be about, let me just check here, probably 3.5%. So 3.5% on $250. And Johnny, tell me when we got callers. I'm sure they're mounting up right now.
Yeah, they're loading up right now.
Okay, $87.50 to close the deal. That's if your lender doesn't want reserves, and there's a real good chance that your lender's going to want, but particularly with all the forbearance, the foreclosure, the people that don't want to make their payments right now, people that are having troubles, maybe they were laid off, the forbearance ruling that some of the politicians have been talking about. Some of the lenders are now going to say, hey, I want 12 months of payments, $250 times 0.0525. They're going to, some of these guys are going to want another $13,000 in payments. Also, some of them are not going to let you close this deal with 3.5% down. They're going to want 20% down right now. More and more banks are getting overwhelmed with people that, particularly first-time buyers, that want to do a deal with 3.5% down. What they're doing is jacking up the interest rate to give you that, or they're saying, no, you got to put 20% down, you're a first-time buyer. On top of that, you have PMI. Most people don't talk much about PMI, but it goes anywhere from 0.5% to 2%. What is PMI? PMI is basically a mortgage insurance. It is garbage. It is complete trash. It only protects the lender. It has nothing to do with protecting you. So let's say it's 1%, 1% on $250 every year, by the way. No getting away from it. If you put less than 20% down, you're going to pay $2,500 for the next 10 years. Times 10 years is $25,000. So it's going to be $250 a month, $250 a year, or $2,500 a year. $2,500 a year. All these multiplied times 10, it gets brutal. Okay, PMI, that's your PMI right there, $2,500. You'll need that up front. Taxes, called property taxes. Property taxes can go from here in, let me see what we are here in Florida. I think in Florida, let me just check. I looked it up last night. Property insurance, mortgage insurance is 0.5% to 2%. Homeowners insurance, did I do that? No, I got taxes right now. I'm doing taxes. 0.5% to 2% on taxes. So another 0.5% to 2% on taxes. Really, probably more like 1.5% in most places. I don't know of anybody going to 2% right now. Florida's going to have higher taxes. Texas has higher property taxes, but they have no income tax. So let me just see what that would be in some of our $250 house. A house that costs $250 is going to cost about $7,200 every year. I'm just going to put a little dot when these happen over and over again. This doesn't happen over and over again. Okay, this happens over and over again every year. Insurance is going to cost you about $100 and let me see what I pulled for insurance. House insurance, you got to buy it. And your lender's probably going to escrow it because they don't trust you. They're going to probably escrow actually taxes and the insurance and still charge you the PMI. Such a rigged game.
Dang.
It's brutal, man. Okay, let's see. Cost of insurance. Insurance, where is it? $67 a month. So what is that? $840 a year, somewhere thereabout. That's going to happen every year, over and over again. Utilities, we could probably X off utilities, but you got to figure what, a couple $100 a month for utilities?
Yeah, you got electricity, you got water, especially if you're owning a,
But even if you rented, you'd have that, right?
No.
No,
If you rent, you don't have to pay for water or garbage disposal.
You don't pay for water, Johnny?
No, not at all.
Dang, Johnny. Property taxes?
No.
No.
I rent, man.
Huh? Maintenance, Johnny?
I rent. My landlord takes care of that for me.
So let's say that this is going to cost you $2,400 a year. I don't know. Maybe utilities. I'm a little disconnected from reality here. I admit I am entitled. No. I'm privileged.
Yeah.
I am, dude. I'm a privileged person. I live in America. If you grew up in this country, you are somewhat privileged.
Ahead of the game.
And I got my country club jacket on today.
Yo, it's nice.
Gives me even more privilege. Okay. So maintenance. You can figure maintenance is going to be about 1% per year. So that's going to be another $2,500 down here. All right. So again, this is all recurring. This happens over and over again. Let's say we keep this house for 10 years. Okay, we're going to keep $2,500, $7,200. These are all annual. $840. So let me just put these together. This is on a $250,000 house. Average home in America, I think, is $360 or $380, something like that. $2,500. Tell me if I'm wrong on some of this. Plus $7,200, plus $840, plus $4,900. It's $15,440 a year times 12. Is $185,280. So now I paid $250. I just paid 10 years, kept it for 10 years. Let's assume none of those costs go up, which would be impossible with all the riots and the looting and the craziness. Insurance, property insurance in America is getting ready to skyrocket. Okay?
And property taxes go up every year once it gets appraised, you know?
Well, in some places it does, Johnny. In some places it doesn't. Like in California, you get grandfathered in at your old price.
Oh, wow.
That'll change, though, because California's broke.
Yeah, they need
It's just a
money.
matter of time before they roll over. You would have to sell this house for $435,200.
Just to break even, huh?
No, before the 6% you're going to pay to sell it.
So you're still losing money on it.
So you'd have to add 6% to that, $435, because the real estate agent, if they're still real estate agents, times 0.06, you're going to need another $26,000 on top of that for the agent. That's if you don't have any closing costs to sell, which is not true, and that assumes that you didn't have to do something to fix the house to sell it. So you guys, I'm not trying to fight you on this. And I forgot one other little thing, which is what most people forget. The payment on the damn house.
Dang.
I forgot I got to make some interest payments to the bank, to the true master in America, Bank of America. Wells Fargo. You guys want to talk? You want to talk about oppression and suppression in this country, man? It's the banks. The true masters are the banks, okay? Because when I do the math on this, you're going to be like, dang, where have I been? You ain't been paying attention. If you get money at 4%, which I doubt, but if you did, it's going to be more like 5%, times $250,000 a year, times 10, probably not fair because it's going to go down over time, but let's just do that. That's $12,500 a year. Okay, even if I only take 8 years of that, times 9 years, it's $112,000 in interest. You're not going to get paid back on the interest, folks. Oh, I got to write it off. Big deal. You only get to write off about 30% of it. Okay, you would need to get over $500,000 for this house to make a penny.
Wow.
Oh my God, I'm so much better off. No, you're not. You're not better off. You could rent for $500 more than your payment. Okay, let's say this payment on this house, the payment on this house, $250,000.
Man, I bet you if the bank told you this before you took out a loan, most people wouldn't buy a house.
No, they should be forced to do a full disclosure of your real cost to get out of this deal. A car would be a better investment. And you know you're going to lose money on the car. Okay, so $13,125 a year. divided by 12. Your rent, your payment is $1,000. Your raw payment is $1,093 before anything else. Let's say I go rent a place for $1,700 a month. You guys in LA say, dude, I can't rent anything for $1,700. It's going to be $2,200. Add $700 to anything. 700 times 12 is $8,400 a year. I'm telling you, you would be better off in this example. You'd be better off to waste $700 a month times 12. That's $8,400 a year. Times 10 would cost you $84,000 wasted rent over your mortgage payment. Why would I do that? Because you didn't have these other costs. You don't have the maintenance. You don't have the PMI. You don't have the property taxes. And you're not stuck in one place. Johnny, how many times have you moved since you worked for me?
Once.
You're moving right now, right?
Yeah, I'm about to move right now.
That's twice.
That's twice.
That means 3 times because you lived at another place before then.
Yeah.
He's had the privilege, talking about privilege, of living at 3 different places where the owner's probably losing their ass. So Johnny can were the places nicer when you left, Johnny, or a little deteriorated?
I mean, it definitely got tore up a little bit.
Yeah, like the pictures before and the pictures after, Johnny. It's not an ad, is it?
I mean, it's not as nice as when I moved
Johnny
in.
tore that place plumb up. I know one wall he broke into.
I did.
Just to put his cash in. Okay, let's talk to our callers. We're talking about house or rent. Are you better off renting or owning? I can give you the number. Chicago, okay? It costs you about, in property taxes, on an average price house, it costs you $7,000 a year in taxes. Boston, $6,100. Los Angeles, $8,300. Houston, $3,500. Houston's probably a great place to buy a house, by the way. If you're going to go buy a house, maybe you want to move. Here in Aventura, it costs you $3,500 for a $336,000 home. That can't be right. It's got to be. No. It's because Aventura property taxes aren't as high as Houston. So you can actually buy more house. You can buy a $336,000 house and pay almost the same property taxes in Aventura that you would in Houston, Texas.
Dang.
So you should be aware of all that, right? Johnny, go ahead and pull a caller up while I look something up here.
All right, we got Edwin in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Edwin, what's happening, my friend? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I saw the deal that you put up on last week's show. I walked that deal about 3 or 4 times. It's just that right now at the rents that currently are going on at the 2 bedrooms, we can't make sense of that right now. They're building, though. They are building on that street. They have like a 36 unit that they're building across from
so
that.
you didn't like the deal? You didn't like the deal or what?
No, I love the deal. I love the deal.
Oh,
at $139,000, I love the deal, but the rents don't support it just right now.
Yeah, but the rents, well, you can't love the deal if the rents don't afford it. Now, the average price of a home in Little Rock, Arkansas is $152,000. You could literally, your payment on $152,000 would be $665 a month. What do you think the average rent is in Little Rock?
Well, if you want to be cheap, you can get rent for $500, $550. If you wanted to go into the more premium, about $800, $700.
Yeah, so I could rent for like $850 or so, maybe $900,
Right.
maybe $1,000, and I could own for $665. I'm gonna tell you guys, for $200, I do not want to mow the grass.
I agree.
Me neither.
I don't want to fix anything.
I agree.
Okay, I want to work. I want to make money. I want to make phone calls on the weekend rather than, oh, honey, the honey-do list. Johnny, you got a honey-do list? Honey,
Oh, honey.
go do this. Hey, so you got a question or you got a comment about today's show?
Well, I had a question and a deal.
Okay.
So right now, I had a question about these low interest rates that we're going into. I saw in Multifamily News House that there was a deal that was done at a 7-year floating rate.
Okay.
There's ridiculous interest rates right now that are getting done on these deals. I wanted to ask you about the yield maintenance. Are you able to negotiate the yield maintenance?
No, dude. I've negotiated a lot of things in my life. You will not negotiate yield maintenance. Now, let me just say this on the adjustable to floater. Okay, the reason they're offering you a float right now is because they want you to float. Okay, I would strongly suggest you guys that are starting out in real estate right now, do not float that debt.
Right.
You need to go to sleep at night and not worry about those interest rates creeping north. Because when they creep, this is how everybody lost their stuff in 2008. I do fixed interest for 10 years, mostly interest only. below 3.25% right now. So I would rather know that I'm fixed. You could probably get some floating money right now for 2.5%. What are they quoting you?
Oh, they didn't quote me anything. I just saw a deal on Multifamily News that was like a $189 million deal that they're floating the rate for 7 years, and I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, but no rate, no interest rate?
They didn't post the rate on the actual news site.
Okay.
But it was just recently. It was like $189 million deal.
Yeah. Okay. You looking at you looking to buy a $190 million deal?
No, I was just using that as an example.
You dreaming, dude. Hey, look, everybody's got a dream, man. Guys, I look at stuff all the time. I do, man. I look at all kind of stuff. I was looking at this property the other day. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Oh, yeah.
Can you show this, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
I was looking at this beast.
Stupidity.
Like I'm stupid too, folks. Okay, like y'all think, oh, Grant says don't do this, don't do that. Like,
you know, it's serious when the property needs a snowplow.
Dude, at $78 million, they give you one. I have my own 10-person snowplow.
Wow.
It's a big snowcat.
Dang.
Look at this beast. It's got 2 million acres of land in front of it. So anyway, look, I look at this stuff too and I dream. I'm just not going to buy it out of earned income. Man, I hope that helps, Little Rock. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you following me. Next caller. I'm talking about buying a house today, folks. Understand the real cost of buying a house is what? What do you have here? You got the price. How much am I paying for the house? Okay. I got closing costs. Most of this closing costs will get sent back to you, but not the appraisal. The appraisal is of no value to you. The appraisal benefits the lien holder. I got closing costs. I got PMI. If you're putting less than 20% down, you're going to get hit with PMI. No way around it. So you got to decide what that's worth. A 0.5% to 2% every year on your loan amount. On a $200,000 loan, that's $4,000 a year. Every year for 10 years, that's 40 grand. Let's see. We got property insurance. You cannot get away from property insurance. Depending on where you live, property insurance is different. You live in the Midwest, you're probably going to have to carry a little tornado.
Hey.
You live down here, you're going to have some hurricanes.
Some canes.
You want to live on the West Coast, you need some earthquake. You live in New York, you need some riot insurance.
Hey.
I mean, everywhere got its threat. You live up in Wyoming, you need a little volcanic coverage.
They got volcanoes over there?
Colors, yeah.
All right, we got Christine in San Diego.
Oh my God, one of my favorite cities in the world. What's up?
San Diego, you're
San Diego, you are sounding good in the 805. Talk to me. 619. 61. Don't be a clown. Talk to me. Uh-oh, she's got issues.
We got Joseph on the line.
Let's see, we got Joseph. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Grant, how you doing? Hey, I just had a quick question for you here with regards to the numbers you were putting down as far as, it's better to rent than purchase, because I'm actually going to be wanting to purchase here soon, but I feel like there might be, I feel like values might end up dropping, so I'm a little nervous about losing my money.
Yeah.
I was looking to do a conventional loan, and the numbers that you were putting up there were more so for, like, I'm a mortgage broker, so the numbers you were putting up there were more for like a FHA loan, 3.5% down. If you put 20% down, you don't have PMI. But anyway, my question to you,
but okay. So let's just talk about that. So you're going to put what price home you're going to look at?
I was looking at somewhere in like Scottsdale, Arcadia area, like 800,000 to put down like 150.
Okay.
200, 20%.
Okay. Because I mean, one thing that I didn't include in this analogy is the cost of that capital. Like you can earn, okay, because it's going to cost you somewhere. Like if you put $150,000 down on that house, you could have put that same 150 with me at Cardone Capital. You should earn 15% annualized on that money. That's $22,500 a year times 10 years. That's $225,000 that you would have earned that would not be taxed, by the way. Okay, the way our real estate throws out, that would cost you $225 plus the $150 that I would give back to you.
So basically you're saying if I were to invest the money, I would be making more off the money, and then like it's better to pay rent
If you invest the money. If you invest the money, and that's the thing that why people hate on me. They're like, oh, Grant says this, and Grant's so disconnected. And dude, guys, I'm not saying you guys do whatever the hell you want to do. It's not going to change my life. I'm just giving you some advice about if he takes $150,000, puts it down in a house, and he could have taken that money and invested into a real estate deal that actually paid him 10 or 15 or 20% a year. I got deals that pay me 40% and 50% every single year. And this is not a new thing. It's not like an outlier. I got deals that pay me 7% a year in the beginning, 3% a year, and then they get better and better. I'm just saying there's cost of funds. And so it'll reduce your payment. And I hate the PMI. You know, you're a mortgage guy. You know that's just stupid.
PMI is the worst. It's just for people who foreclose on their home.
Dude, it's like it's like paying for a condom, and you know everybody's good.
Yeah, it's the worst. I highly recommend conventional when I do it. But really quick, one thing. The only reason why I always was skeptical about it was because one, I should invest the money. Period. Two, my thing was. I was thinking, well, because rent out here, right now, I'm in an apartment. I'm paying about $1,800.
Yeah, where do you live?
If I really wanted to, I live in Scottsdale, literally right in Old Town Scottsdale.
Dude, I absolutely love that market. By the way, how much cash do you have?
Liquid cash in my. I have 230. I have 230 in stock, and then I have another 250 in Goldman Sachs and other accounts.
See, this is what I would do if I were you, bro. I would take your 400 grand, pull your 400 out of the stock market. Arizona is one of my favorite apartment markets, okay, in the country. Arizona, it'd be Arizona, Utah, Arizona, almost anywhere in Texas. Florida is an awesome market. Anywhere in the Southeast is good. But Arizona, absolutely love it because what's going to happen is California is just going to feed it for years to come. I would take your 400 grand. You sound like a good guy. And I would go get 10 other guys to put up 400 grand each. You'd be like, I'm putting up 400. You get nine more guys to do that. That's $3.6 million plus your 400 grand. That's $4 million. And I'd go buy a $16 million piece of real estate. I would rent where you are right now. I would not even move. I'd just rent. Stay with me, and I'm going to show you exactly why this guy should do what I'm saying rather than this other idea of buying one house. Have you ever wanted to invest in real estate but didn't know where to start, how to fund the deals, how to find the deals, how to negotiate them? My name's Grant Cardone. I've been buying real estate for 30 years and have accumulated 7,700 units, have done over $2 billion worth of real estate transactions. I'm going to be doing a webinar that I want you to attend. When you sign up for this webinar, I'm going to give you my home study course, the fundamentals of multifamily, 4 ways to invest in multifamily, the mechanics of the deal, finding the deal, buying the deal, negotiating the deal, how to get the funding for the deal, how to manage the deal, and how to get 4x to 10x returns on your investment. I'll break it down and make it so simple for you, and I guarantee you'll get your first deal in 2020, and it's going to be the steal of your lifetime. And when you sign up, I'll send you my home study course, and you can actually use this so that when we're on the webinar, we can go over it together, okay? Hey, I look forward to seeing you. Hey, welcome back to Cardone Zone. I do this every week where I come to you to talk about real estate. I got a caller on the phone right now out of Arizona, Scottsdale. He's like, Grant, look, I got 400 grand I could put together. Can you see yourself doing that? I might have lost him, but look, what I'm suggesting to him is rather.
Am I actually on the line right now?
Yeah, dude, you're on the line. Could you see yourself pulling that 400 together? If I could show you a way to make to double your 400 grand, or maybe triple it, rather than buying a house, because you're not going to triple your money in a house.
Right. Yeah, no, that's nearly it's impossible.
Okay, so watch. He could do one or two things. I would tell him to go raise the money, get 9 other guys to put 400 in with him. There's lenders out there that would match you 9 times to 1. If you're willing to put 400 in, they'll be like, hey, money talks.
Damn.
Okay? I'll give you 9 times the money. They'd be a partner in the deal with you, okay? They'd be a partner in the deal with you. You could raise $4 million. I'm going to be sharing this with you guys on our webinar that's coming up. The link below, Johnny, somewhere on here. So you guys can actually join that. It's completely free. I'll show you how to raise money. I've raised $400 million in 25 months, so I know something about that. And then you could go buy a $16 million deal. If you didn't want to buy, what's your name? What's his name again?
Joey.
Joseph, if you
Joey
didn't want to, Joseph, you could buy a $1.2 million piece of real estate by yourself. I would rather see you go a bigger deal. I'd rather see you buy a $16 million deal than a $1.2 million deal. And this deal is going to make you at least $40,000 a year times 10.
What?
400 grand. It's going to make you 400 grand in cash flow. In a bad market, it's going to make you 400 grand in cash flow. You still have your 400 grand, okay? You're going to make 10% on your money right here for 10 years, and you have a piece of property that's worth $1.2 million. And check this out. The tenants paid the property taxes. The tenants paid the insurance. The tenants paid for the maintenance. The tenants paid for the lawn care. The tenants paid the HOA fees. The tenants paid for everything. All those things that a homeowner would bear. Because what's he going to do? You see what I'm saying, dude? You're going to go buy an $800,000 house with $150,000. You're going to live in it. Who's going to pay my mortgage on the $1.2 million property? The tenants. The tenants pay for everything, guys.
Who's got my money?
Okay, the tenants pay for everything. The tenants, like, I want tenants. So when your mom and dad said, don't be a tenant, own the house, it's better to own than it is. No. What your parents didn't understand, it's better to own a bunch of real estate that people rent from you. Your parents only figured out half the deal. See, the guy goes to Vegas and he gets the blackjack book. He's like, I'm gonna learn how to play blackjack. Dude, you got the wrong book. You need to get the book, How to Own a Casino.
Casino never loses.
I'm so smart. I know when to hit a 16. I know exactly what to do. He's got his little card with him. Okay? I know when he has a 6 and I have a 16, that I know exactly what to do. Dude, what you need to do is read a book, how to own the Mandalay Bay. By the way, we'll be at Mandalay in February, 12,800 strong from around the world. 50 countries will be flying in to do a 10X Growth Conference in 2021. You can grab your seat today for $495 special. Don't know when it's going to be. We know where it's going to be. And we'd love to have you there if you're a freak. Freaks only for the 10X Growth Conference.
Yeah, 10xgrowthcon.com.
If you don't want to wait till next February and you want to get more of this real estate knowledge, what to buy, when to buy, how to do the deal, how to make sense of it, what to pay for it. Now, if my friend Joseph here could go find an $800,000 house, they'll be there too, by the way. If he could go find an $800,000 house as an REO or buy one from the bank and put 20 grand down and buy the house for $500,000, okay, and then put a tenant in it. See, I would show you how to do this deal, Joseph. 500 grand. But let's say I'm in some stupid neighborhood in Scottsdale, like where you're talking about. And I know I can rent that bad boy out. My payments are going to be $26,250 a year. And let's say I can rent that thing for $4,000 a month. Probably rent it for more than that. Let's say $5,000 a month. It's 500 grand. It's an $800,000 house. Probably going to rent for more than that. But let's say I get $5,000 a month. And let's say I can figure out how to get a 2 or 3 year tenant time that doesn't want to buy the house. They don't want to buy it. They just want to use it. Okay. There's plenty of people like that. My boy Tom Brady. Tom Brady's renting right now in Tampa Bay because he knows he's only going to be there a year. Pick up his 26 and move on. $5,000 a month. So watch what's happening. 60 grand a year in income. $60,000 a year in income. I got, what is that, $26,000 in payments. I'm making $32,000, $32,000 on my money. I put 20 grand down. Maybe I can't get $5,000 a month. Maybe I can only get $4,000. It's still a deal. See, this is what I'd rather see him do with his money. Rent where you live, folks. Own what you can rent to others, okay? You get the depreciation with this. You get the appreciation with this. You get the write-downs with this. You get the interest deductions from the U.S., the IRS. Y'all want to defund something? Defund this, the IR and the S. Next caller, Johnny.
All right, we got Jacob in Arkansas.
Jacob in Arkansas, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Grant? How are you?
Yeah, good, man. You got a deal or you got a question?
Man, I got a deal.
Tell me about it.
All right, so 6 units. I've negotiated them down to $170,000
Okay.
on the units. They're gonna average about $525 per unit.
Okay. And you think there's any upside there?
Absolutely. I think I should triple my money. I mean, at least on a monthly basis.
Okay. Well, you think the rents can triple?
Not necessarily tripling the rent as far as my mortgage payment.
Yeah, but so how much?
I have going out?
Yeah. So what are you going to put down on this deal?
26,000.
26,000 down. Okay. He'll have to do at least 20% because it's over 4 units. So he's going to finance 144.
Gee, I think he said that each unit's going to be 170, if I'm mistaken.
No.
No, that's all 6 units.
Oh wow.
No. Yeah. Johnny's in Miami. He's like, what?
Sorry about that.
What you talking about, man?
Right, no, dude.
525 times 6. How full is the property right now?
Completely full. We
Always
got one
full,
vacant
huh?
unit.
Always full?
Probably 90%, 95%.
And you're going to self-manage it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. So it's $11,000 if you don't have any expenses. Now, I don't know how you don't have any
Right.
expenses. I don't know how you don't have any expenses, but let's say that you didn't, okay? Then that means you're going to make $11,800 a year. I would probably assume that you're going to have at least 30% expenses.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I mean, that sounds fair. That sounds absolutely fair. I mean,
Okay.
I do plan on going in, doing some updating, and then raising the rent
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, so if he has 30% in expenses, by the way, that's $26,400. Okay? That's
Okay.
that's a little problem. Okay? That leaves him with 11 grand. 11 grand. What is it? What is there? $11,000, and your debt's going to be 144 times 0.0525. That's my rate factor. $7,500 is going to be my P&I. Now I'm using a rate
Right.
factor. I'm making up a number. If I take the interest rate of about 4%, 4.5%, it's going to have a rate multiple of 5.25. I just know this. He's going to make $3,500 on his money. If he has 30% expenses, he could probably operate it for less than this because he's doing it himself. $3,500, he put $26,000 down. He's making, it's a great return, right? He's making 13.46% on his money, folks. This is why a house will never pay him 13% a year. Just won't do it. So now, if he could
much
raise
did
the
you-
rents
I'm
200,
sorry.
is there any chance, if you're full right now, is there any chance you can take those rents from 525 to 725?
Potentially, yeah.
That
I
makes
mean,
you
at
another
least
four.
650. I mean, at a worst.
Okay,
worst
so
case
125.
scenario.
Let's take 125 times 6 times 12. That pays you another $9,000 a year. Now this thing got juicy. Juicy like a big fat wiener on July the 4th, right off the old barbecue pit.
Boing.
Okay. That's $9 grand. He made more money off the rent increase than he did the property. Now he makes $12,500 a year. He put 26 grand down. In 2 years, he has his money back. It's a screamer, bro.
Okay. Where are you getting the 12.5 at? I'm just trying to follow your math.
Because 125 a month. If I raise the rents, 125 times 6 times 12, it's $9,000.
Okay, so you're showing how much, I guess, total rent a year?
I'm showing your rent at 525 a month. 525 times 6 times 12 is 37,800 a year. Okay,
Beautiful.
your
Okay.
expenses are going to be $26,400. you're going to net about 11 grand a year.
That's fair enough. Okay. I got
Okay,
you.
your P&I is going to be $7,500. You're paying down your principal 2% a year. That leaves you at $3,500. If you change the rents by $125, nothing, dude. It's $30 a week.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you can't move the rents, you still got a deal that pays 13%. But if you can move the rents just $125 a month, 12.5 divided by 26,000 that he put down, he's making 48% on his money. He is the master of his own universe now, folks. I am in control of my own universe. Yes, maybe I will not be a Marvel comic adventure hero, but dude, I'm a hero at my house. My kids think I'm a damn hero. I took them to Target the other day. To Bloomingdale's.
What'd you get him?
I said, whatever you want.
That cash flow.
20 minutes. You got 20 minutes. Okay. This month, we distributed $6,369,000 to our investors in 1 month. If you annualize that over 12 months, it's $25,200. This was 3 months of distributions.
That's a lot of money.
That, folks, I don't care who you are, unless you're Jeff. $25,200. Now you tell me, can I go buy a house? I can put my kids underneath the roof. I can take care of my mom there. I can have, I'm having Thanksgiving there, and we're gonna have picnics at the house. Yeah, but can you distribute to investors, to your friends' money? You can't do that with a house. A house does not distribute money to the investors, or to your mom, or your dad, or the people in your life that need help, man. There's people that need help, folks. I'm just telling you guys, buying a house is a fairly selfish activity. Buying apartments that can fund your kids when you die, guess what? If you're a mom and a dad, you're a single mother, okay? And you got 2 kids, and chump left. Baby daddy left. And single mother's got to take it. She goes and buys a $200,000 house because she wants her kids protected, or she figures out how to buy a $600,000 apartment. Okay, she can do that. It's easier to buy the damn apartment than it is to buy the house. But even if she goes and buys a $200,000 and spends her weekends collecting the rents and something happens to her, I'll promise you that house will be sold if she dies, and the apartment will take care of her kids long after she did.
That'll happen the same week too.
It'll have to happen the same week, or it's going to go to foreclosure. The bank's going to be, you die on Friday and the bank's going to be at the house on Monday. Hey, what are we going to do here? Sorry for your losses.
They'll say sorry one time, and then the second time when they take it away.
Now what?
Hey.
Huh? Income matters, folks. You need income. You guys you're buying liabilities right now. A house is a liability because with every house comes what? Okay, a house is a liability. Listen to me. A house is a liability. And if you're rich, you can have some liabilities. If you're rich, you can have some. Man, this thing is really writing bad. We're just going to put a big L right there. L is for losers.
All right, you got Kirk on the line.
But before we take Kirk, I just want to confess, I have owned homes. And I have made a lot of money out of houses. A lot. I made, last house I sold, I made 7.3, sold it for 18, what is that? I don't know, that's a lot of money. $9 million?
That's that La Jolla house.
$9 million, but you'd have to ask this. Less what, Grant? The cost to sell it, the property taxes, the payments for 6 or 7 years, the maintenance on the place. Like it's not all just a gross number. It's like, what did it cost me to live there? And, oh, by the way, after I made that $9 million, guess what I did? I finally got wise and I invested in apartments. And those apartments made me $180 million. I took the $9 million from the house sale, put it into apartments that paid me every month. I didn't have to pay. I don't live there either. And could that house have gone up to 180 million?
Dude, not at all.
I don't think so.
Unless they found like the sarcophagus of Jesus there.
That's the one LeBron bought.
Dang. Hey.
But you see, LeBron's got to keep that house now. And let's face it, LeBron's rich. So LeBron could quit basketball today and somebody's going to pay him something to put his name on a shoe. You don't have that situation. This is what your mom and dad did. Your mom and dad worked their whole life. They went and bought a house because it was easy. And they're like, oh, better to own a house. Maybe. Better to get rich. And you can't get rich if you don't have a vehicle. You cannot get wealthy in a house. You can get wealthy making investments. If a house is a good deal, let me just suggest to you, go buy 50 of them. Don't live in any of them. Live where you want, man. Get your priorities right. It's cheaper to live here. No, your job is not to live cheaper. Your job is to get rich. And the way you do that, and by the way, all of you have the job to get rich, because the only thing that levels the playing field on this planet, it will not be a protest, it will not be a riot, it will not be a post on Instagram. The only thing that's going to level the playing field for your family is this: money. Only way to level the playing field finally, folks, is to get enough money so people treat you as an equal. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe it takes something else. I don't know. I know this. If you got money, you can go almost anywhere you want. You know, in 1930, Jewish people could not come to Miami Beach. They could go to Miami. They could not come to Miami Beach. They were forbidden to be on Miami Beach. What did they do? They pulled together. They got their resources together. They bought Miami Beach.
That's crazy.
Huge real estate owners. The Jewish people own so much real estate, they now lend money. Most of the time when I'm borrowing money from a bank, you know there's a Jewish guy there. I'm just saying, man. One of the best loans I ever got. Big group of Jewish people up in New York. They sent me a bunch of Hanukkahs. What's the hat called?
A yarmulke.
Yarmulkes. My friends over at, man, I forgot y'all's name. I hadn't done business with you in so long. What a shame. Next caller.
The Lehman guys. We got Kirk from New Jersey.
Kirk, what's going on?
Hey Grant, how's it going? Thanks for taking my call. My question is, I'm trying to figure out how the best way to structure this deal, and this is my first deal. I've got myself a mentor, and I went out and found a deal that we're going to build a 50,000 square foot industrial space with flex warehouse space, and I have about $200,000 to give into this deal, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to structure it for me, being that it's my first deal.
So you have how much money in the deal?
I'm going to have about $200,000 in cash.
Okay, and how much money do you need to make the deal work?
Well, we have an agreement on the land, and we know how much it's going to cost to build. My question is, I just don't know what's best for me, as obviously I have a mentor that does this, and he's I found the deal. I just don't know the best situation or what I should be thinking of in terms of what's the most I can get out of this deal with only a couple $100,000, and how could I structure it to get more out of it maybe later down the road.
Yeah, so I still need to know how big the totality of the deal. Like, is your $200,000 represent 1% or 50%?
So the land cost, the cost of the land is 1.5, and it's going to cost about 1.2 to probably build.
Okay, so it's going to be 2.7 million. You're going to have $200,000 in the deal. That's not bad, dude. Like, how much money do you think you're going to need? Another $2 million, or $1 million, or what?
No, I think that's going to be I think that's roughly going to be around the all-in. Like, in terms of building is going to be about 1.2, 1.3, and the land is going to be 1.5 purchase.
Yeah, but how much money do you think you would need to raise in total? If your total all in is 2.7, you think you need to raise $800,000?
Yeah, but my mentor is going to pick up the other side of it, so it's just going to be him and me.
Oh, good.
So
yeah. So the question now is, does he want interest? Does he want to earn money, or does he want a position in the equity?
Yeah, he's going to want to collect as much money as possible on the deal. I mean, for him, this is what he does, and for me, this is my first deal.
Okay, so look, I would just go to him and say, hey, what's fair? What do you think's fair? At the end of the day, like I would not have one guy in my deals. If I do have one guy in my deals, it's because I'm going to tell him how I want him in that deal. Otherwise, he's going to make the rules up. It's why I created Cardone Capital, by the way, because I didn't want to have to go to J.P. Morgan and say, J.P. Morgan, what would you give me? I'm going to put in 200. They'd be like, yeah, we'll put in 2 million, but here's the deal, bro. Okay, you work for us. We don't work for you. What I would do is I would have some other choices other than your mentor, who sounds like he's going to be your daddy. I would say, hey, bro, this is what I want to do. I'm going to pay you 10% on the money and a smaller piece of the equity, maybe 20% of the equity. You can make it up. Or I'll pay you 15% on the money, no equity, no upside. Or I'll pay you 6% and we go 50-50. Or maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's, I'm going to put in 200, you put in the rest, I'm going to do all the work. I'm not going to pay you any preferred return. It's going to be a zero payout. We're going to split everything 50-50. You don't want all you can get, and he doesn't need to get all he can get. You guys need to come up with something fair, and every deal is done different. So you just got to figure out.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like we were gonna lay it all out together, and I just didn't know, because going into this being that, I mean, he's gonna help me buy. I have more money to buy another piece, but this happened to be what we came across for myself for my first deal. So I was just worried that maybe something like this I'd get beat on it, and I wasn't sure how to not get beat, but just want to try and abstract the most out of it as I can. Being that
I know, but I would just change. I would look for a good compromise for both parties. I would look for something that's really, really good for him and really good for you, but really good for him. So look, I had a guy. Every deal stands on its own. I'll be talking about this in our webinar, by the way, in 2 weeks. What is it? 2 weeks, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
And we can only take so many people. Last time we had 70,000 people register, and only 10,000, 11,000 people got into it. So if you guys want to be part of that, we're trying to increase the bandwidth so more people can come. A lot of people missed it. So I've been hit by thousands of people who said, please do that webinar again. It'll be about 2 hours long. How long was the last one, Johnny?
The other one, I'm going to be honest, it was close to 4 hours, but.
Sorry. So, guys, it's just real estate. The whole thing is just like how to buy, where to buy, when to buy, how to raise money, what kind of terms should you give. I did a deal with a guy once. I didn't pay him 1 penny to manage the property. I gave him 25% of the upside. He got super rich off of it, and so did I. And but I don't resent that deal. I don't know that I'd do it again. But I did what I had to do in the beginning because there was no way for me to buy those assets without his help. Johnny.
All right, we got Bobby in Kentucky.
And again, today we're talking, Bobby, how you doing, buddy? We're talking about the cost of buying this house.
How are you?
Hey, brother, how you doing? What's it cost to buy something in Kentucky, Bobby? To buy a house?
I bought my house for $160,000, 3,000 square foot with a basement with the walkout backyard.
Wow, sounds beautiful, man.
It's great. Hey, I got a deal.
Okay. Average price of a home in Kentucky is $150,000.
So it's 20 units. They're asking 2.25, 6.6 cap rate. Do the math. The NOI came out to about 150,000.
20 units. Give me that again. How much they want for it?
2.25.
2.25.
Cap rate is 6.67 that they're asking for. The NOI came out to about 150,000. So I got the rent roll and I got the T12, and the rent roll is half done. The average is on here is probably $740 per door. And then I got the T12, and then the averages were wrong again. It's about $600. So how do I go in there, and how do I get this deal under contract from asking, and then go in there and beat his head down to get a better price on it? Okay, good. So you've been studying, I can tell. You're paying $112,000 a door. What's the neighborhood like? It's lower working class. Okay, and what is the rent there? I'm gonna guess. Let me just guess. $875 a month. You could probably get some 1 bedroom, 1 bath for $875. Yeah, about $900. They got a room rented for $1,000 that they're trying to advertise. 600 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Okay, is that what they rent most of them for? $1,000?
I think they only said one of them.
What's the
Sally,
do you have the gross revenue?
the gross revenue?
Gross rents.
is-
Gross rents.
I got the gross income is $149,020.85.
So the gross revenue, the gross income is $150,000. And what NOI did they give you?
They gave me $150,000 NOI based off the pro forma.
Oh.
But on my T12, I got $84,941.
Yeah, so let me just I'm gonna take the 20 units times $1,000. I don't know if that's right or not, times 12. But it doesn't sound like they make $240 a year there. But anyway, I'm gonna say the average rent's $1,000. Do you think that's possible?
Down the line, yes. That's what I would like to come in there and do and make the rent average $1,000. Right now, it's probably
Okay, so I'm going to go to $875 a month. I'm going to change that. I'll have an $875. I'll have a $925. I'll have a $1,000 rent. If I don't know what I'm doing, I'll take a piece of paper just like this, and if I don't have all the data, I'll just start $825, $975, $1,000, $1,100. I'm going to find out some kind of range. I'm going to get a situation where I'm like, okay, I'm cool here. Okay, so let me take the $875. Because what I want to do is I want to take the worst case scenario. I underwrite to a worst case scenario to start. That's $210,000 a year. Okay, let's say it costs me 30 cents on a dollar to manage that. That puts me at $147,000 of NOI. What'd you say the NOI was?
84,000.
84,000.
150,000 that they're asking for.
Okay, you got some missing data here. But anyway, I'm going to stay with my numbers. It's not uncommon, by the way, to have stuff missing, and it could be a good indicator that you got a great seller, meaning a weak seller. He doesn't quite have his game on, okay?
Right.
But sometimes the guy's acting. He's playing possum on you, too. Y'all got to know all that stuff, all right? Let's see, divided by 0.07. Yeah, dude, I like that deal.
How much do you like it for? The asking price or?
I wouldn't worry about the asking price. I'd put it under contract. Do your due diligence, and maybe you're going to shave $200,000 or $300,000 off the price when you find out he lied to you. I'm hoping he did, by the way.
Okay.
Liars are sellers. Remember that. Liars are sellers. Hey, my name's Grant Cardone. I want to help you get your first real estate deal, or your second deal, or hell, your billionth dollar deal. You want to learn this game? I could show you this game. I've been doing this 35 years. It is the single best business that I have. I have 7 core businesses. All the money from the first 6 roll into the 7th one, called Real. It's called Real. It's Real Estate. It's a monopoly game. It's simple. It's not complicated. If you have no money, no debt, no credit, no experience, if you're willing to learn the game, and if you live someplace on planet Earth, I don't know if you could do this as an alien, but as long as you live in some city and you're willing to, like on the weekends, look around, driving to work in the morning, look, oh wow, look at that. Where you live, that neighborhood you live in, everybody watching right now. In your backyard is millions and millions of dollars waiting for someone to put together, to go out and purchase, to fill it up with tenants, to make the right move at the right time. In 35 years that I've been buying real estate, the moment you have to buy real estate is right now. I have never seen a market this good, okay, ever in my 35 years. And I'm just going to tell you, apartment values in America could go up 40% from where we are right now, because a number of demographic changes, shifts, economic alterations that are going on, if you will, in the marketplace. So if you want to join me, if you want to make money, if you want to learn the real estate game, I'll be talking about how to buy a house, how to buy a duplex, how to buy a 4-plex, how to buy 6 units, 8 units, 32 units, 320 units. I'll show you everything you need to know about buying real estate. GrantCardone.com/REI. I look forward to seeing you there. Until then, Every day I do a show for you, something about something that you need, whether it's how to hold your marriage together, okay, how to get along with your partner, or at least try to. Sometimes it's hard. How to keep the hustle on. Every week we do a show for you on the sales game, how to keep the game of sales going so you can grow your business. How to grow and multiply and scale your business if you want to grow up and blow up. And then we always talk, each week we talk about the economy, your finances, your money. Cardone Zone, Sirius XM, Business Radio, YouTube. We got you covered. Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, and the podcasters everywhere, wherever you want me to be. I will be there for you. God bless you guys. Be great. Remember, peace, love, and cash flow. Have you ever wanted to invest in real estate but didn't know where to start, how to fund the deals, how to find the deals, how to negotiate them? My name's Grant Cardone. I've been buying real estate for 30 years and have accumulated 7,700 units, have done over $2 billion worth of real estate transactions. I'm going to be doing a webinar that I want you to attend. When you sign up for this webinar, I'm going to give you my home study course, the fundamentals of multifamily, 4 ways to invest in multifamily, the mechanics of the deal, finding the deal, buying the deal, negotiating the deal, how to get the funding for the deal, how to manage the deal, and how to get 4X to 10X returns on your investment. I'll break it down and make it so simple for you, and I guarantee you'll get your first deal in 2020, and it's going to be the steal of your lifetime. And when you sign up, I'll send you my home study course, and you can actually use this so that when we're on the webinar, we can go over it together, okay? Hey, I look forward to seeing you.